You have worked super hard, not only learning about NFTs, but I've also gone the extra mile to learn how to mint some of your own work and come out with your own collection. Only to find someone has jacked your art and started their own collection with your art and is selling it. What do you do? The newbies are digging into that right now.
What's up, family? I'm telling you what, this topic is really, really hard. And Rich and I are I think we're shocked that there's not more of a solution that we are finding for this problem that was presented to us a few weeks ago. We had a listener send us a DM over on IG. This is at glenn.cordell. What happens when you've created a project, you love your project, you have supporters, you're building a community, you're doing all the things that we learn about here on the show, and somebody comes and screenshots, steals your work, and mints it on their own collection and then claim to be the creator of that piece? And I was like, I don't know, call the NFT police. Like, what do we do here? It's nuts. But this is the thing, when you dig in, you can go over on
pissed.
Twitter. Yeah, Rich is very mad right now. You put in like just stealing NFT art. I mean, there are so many threads, so many people. This is a real thing. But I actually got a clip from Glenn. Let's hear what happened to him.
Hey, Heather and Rich. My name is Glenn, and I'm the artist and designer behind the new NFT collection called Cream Car Garage. So I launched this collection last week, and within 24 hours, someone had gone on and saved all my images and then hosted their own counterfeit collection. So one of my followers sent it to me right away, and I reported it to OpenSea, but it's been 5 or 6 days now, and I haven't heard a word. So I'm wondering if you guys have any suggestions for artists and creatives like me who want to keep their stuff on lockdown, or maybe it's just on the buyer to make sure they're buying from a legitimate source. Let me show you what we're working with. All right, so this one's mine. As you can see, I've got a pretty solid number of owners for just about a weekend. And then over here we have this guy who already has someone who bought in, which is a bummer because, man, they really should have bought one of these ones because they're cheaper too.
So the logical place you would go is to OpenSea, and you would go to the actual NFT. So I am on OpenSea, and I'm on the world's first Catch a Chicken NFT by these freaking crazy people, Heather and Rich. And I'm looking
Don't report our NFT.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
You're showing people how to report our own NFT. You do realize that, right?
But I'm right by the title of the NFT, and I am going to report. So go to report. I think the item is, and there's a drop-down menu, fake collection or possible scam, explicit or insensitive content. It could be spam, might be stolen, other. Now, Glenn here did that. And Heather, what was the outcome?
Yep. He hasn't heard anything back. Like I said, this was weeks ago, and he still hasn't heard back from OpenSea. And I don't think that this is necessarily an OpenSea issue. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, just looking at these tweets, I mean, tons and tons of tweets. This is just an issue all around the board, no matter what platform you're minting on, because, you know, the thing that we've been excited about, decentralization, it removes the middleman. And guess what, friends? It removes the middleman. So what I've learned, we asked in Discord, we looked on Twitter, we had at NFT Boomer1 over on Twitter said the best thing to do is report it. But you can also get the legit community to raise awareness and call out the fakes on Twitter. And back to the emphasis of community again, here is another bonus for having a strong brand and community is you can get these people to rally behind you and shine a light on what's going on. You know, us hopefully being able to shout out Glenn and what's going on with his project. I mean, we have an audience here and we're able to gather some attention. So how can you gather attention around what's going on and maybe kind of put some pressure on this project to put their crap down?
Yeah, like, let me not talk NFTs for 2 seconds. Anytime I've had a bad experience on a flight, or I got to the gate and they're like, the flight's closed. I'm like, dude, I'm a pilot. They're still doing their checks. Let me on the freaking plane. They're like, flight's closed. I'm like, dude. And I just get pissed and then whatever. Like, the person doesn't want to help me, right? I'm not going to go call anyone. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tweet at airline who sucks. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Expedia, T-Mobile, all these people, like, they have people on Twitter like literally standing buy. Now, you could do the same with OpenSea, you could do the same with Coinbank, you could do the same with whatever. I'm telling you, like, there's a better shot of getting a response there sometimes. Now, you have to imagine OpenSea is still conceptually kind of like a startup, right? Like, they have not been around forever, but they're certainly at the point where there's so much activity, millions and millions of dollars going through OpenSea every day, that they cannot handle the amount of calls. You ever had Instagram issue, Heather, and decided you were going to call Instagram? Nothing was going to happen, right? So same thing here. So expectation management is number one. And to double down on what Heather said about community, people retweeting that, people liking it, people commenting, like that's all going to get someone's attention, and hopefully that'll help you. Now, I think, Heather, there was another comment here from someone, Morgan Berry, I think. What was this about?
Yeah, we touched on this in the YouTube creators video. Make sure you check that out. Linked up in our show notes. But there are other various artists and creatives who are getting things minted on the blockchain. Maybe they didn't have a collection, and people are taking their music, their videos, and deciding to mint them themselves and then posing as this person. At the Morgan Berry says that she asked these people to remove her music from their website, and all they did was block her. Now, she has several thousand followers on Twitter, and so she asked her community, please report them. And so maybe the influx of reports on one account can maybe bump up her submission a little bit. We hope so. She was reporting at NFT Music Stream for taking her music without her permission. But again, out of all the digging, I think this is your best bet, is how many people can you get this issue in front of and report it. We do have, just some words of wisdom from Glenn. Glenn has been working to get this thing reported, and he's come to a conclusion himself of the only thing that you're really able to do. But any other thoughts, Rich, before we get to what Glenn has?
Screen. I literally was sitting here while you're talking, and I typed in cream car, okay, because Glenn mentioned it, and Glenn seems like a really good dude. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen. I'll show you two accounts. We'll see, how do we know? Like, how do we know who's who? And once we find out who's who, I think I might support him and just go get an NFT, because I actually really like what I'm seeing. So here we go. I am on OpenSea, and I am on Cream Car Garage Art. I see a background, I see a picture in the middle, 3 owners, I see 25 items, and volume traded is 0.3, and then the floor price is 0.1. Scrolling down, really cool art. These are all white, well, cream colored cars, I guess, for Glenn, and it all looks fantastic, like zero issues.
So how do I know this is Glenn? How do I know this is Glenn?
I don't know yet. So let me share with you another screen. I have the same exact background photo and the same car in the center. I have 53 items versus 25 being sold. I have 67 owners versus 3. Floor price is the same. Volume traded is a little bit more at 1.9. There's a tagline on this one. Cream car like dream car, get it? All other cream car collections are fraudulent. I think that's a dead giveaway right there, but still, I scroll down, everything looks the same. There's literally nothing discernible, okay? But crazy. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on the first one I see, Cream Car 035. Okay, it's Cream Car Garage, and now I have it open, and then it says 10 owned by Glenn Cordell. Okay, so, and then it also says created in the description. It says created by Glenn Cordell. Now, we know Glenn because we just literally played a video from him, but imagine we didn't cover any of this. I'm going to click on him, and here we go. Very cool background photo. He's clearly into cars. I see a dude. He's doxed, okay, which helps. And then I also see a link to his Twitter, and I see a link to his Instagram, and I see it says artist and designer.
For the newbies in the room who are like, what does dox mean? Let's just reemphasize, dox just means we can see his human face, and it's not like an avatar or cartoon or something. So Glenn is doxed. We know his identity as a human being, and he's made that clear by giving his social platforms and a picture of himself.
Correct. I'm going to go to the other and see what happens. Now, this is why, like, your brand, not just the brand, your personal brand actually matters. And Heather and I are, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say what it is. We're experts in terms of branding and personal branding. Like, we get it. You won't be able to buy something from someone else that you wouldn't know is us by like a million times over. Yeah. So here we are. Yeah. I'm back. Now I'm going to do the same thing I just did on Cream Car Garage, which we confirmed was by an artist named Glenn Cordell, who we're pretending we didn't know. I'm clicking on Cream Car 009, owned by Cream Car Garage Art. Okay. Created by Cream Car Garage Art. Let me click on it. No background photo. No picture. I see a wallet address. I do not see a Twitter handle. I do not see an Instagram handle. And as far as activity, no trading history yet. If I go back to Glenn's, if I see his activity, I see all kinds of things going on. Okay. Sales
Yep.
and listings and stuff like that.
This is when people talk about do your own research.
Yes.
What Rich just did is a real life example of do your own research.
How long
What
did
that
that
means, it
take?
didn't take a ton of time, 3 minutes.
And this isn't just about making the wrong investment. This is about supporting the right person.
Come
You know what I'm
on.
saying? So like think about it like
Yeah.
that. Don't come in all to this NFT world just guns blazing. I think I've said it before, but you could almost never screw anything up by taking your time. Okay. So I'm gonna buy one of these in a second here, but we wish we had far more resources and answers. But Heather's like, Rich, I did a bunch of research. I'm like, we got to do more. She's like, I did a bunch of research, and I wasn't doubting her, but I
There's
typed in a bunch
nothing.
of shit. And you know what the articles were from? March and May last year. The amount of things that have changed from now since then is insane. And two, it's clear no one has any really good answers. So a couple
Yeah.
things I just want to wrap with this before I kick it back to you, Heather, is as far as owners, how many owners are there? That's a good giveaway. I think with Dapper Dinos or whatever, like if you had seen that there was very few owners compared to the actual one, like maybe that would have been something. Total volume traded should be a giveaway. And then obviously the person's profile. And then take it a step further. You could go to Glenn's profile on Instagram or Twitter and be like, wait a second, this isn't legit either. And I mean, you could deduce whatever you want, but DYOR, do your own research.
Yeah. So I reached out to Glenn over on our Discord, linked up in the show notes, and said, yo, what's up? What's the verdict? What's happened with you? And he says that he's just finding out the hard way that there's nothing you can do to verify the creator. Anyone can copy and paste a collection. Listen, the burden is on the buyer to ensure that what they buy is legitimate. When fake collections are reported to OpenSea, they may or may not remove them. They get money either way, so it's not at the top of their priorities. That's how he feels.
Heather, I'm so sorry to interrupt you for this special announcement. Glenn, we just bought one of your NFTs, bro. Okay. I like this one. I like the red seat. I imagine me driving or Heather driving and the other one person just chilling like a villain somewhere
driving,
in the
he's
desert,
chilling.
hanging out and
Twerking.
talking about our next project that doesn't involve catching a chicken. You said you're driving?
I'm driving, you're twerking. Listen, Glenn, we hope you get everything figured out. Please let us know what happens. I'm going to kick this over to Katrina, who asked us a random question, which, by the way, you can too by clicking the link in the show notes. This is Ransom Girl over on Twitter. She asks, when you got your first job, did you save up for something big? If so, what was it and did you get it? This is so perfect of a question.
My dad told me to save $5,000 up for a car. I saved like $2,000. I spent the rest on weed, I think, and stuff like that. And I still got the car. And karma. A month later, I rolled that thing. A month after I got my driver's license, I rolled it, and I had to drive like my beat up punk ass car, and it was all my fault. But that's what I was saving for. But I decided to be a bad
Did you
teenager.
roll it because you were on the weed that you bought with
No,
the rest of the money?
Nope, not at all.
Separate. I said that this question was perfect because we have this episode is about people scamming people essentially. And when I was 15, I started working. I walked to work every single day, worked at freaking Arby's, walked back and forth to work to save up.
I'll never look at an Arby's the same again now.
You shouldn't. $1,000. And then right when I turned 16, side note, I was working illegally. My coworker who worked the fry station said, hey, I have a car and it's like $750, $800. And I was dumb. I was like, done, deal. That's amazing. I trust her. She's at the fry machine every single day. She sold me her car. It was like a Honda Civic beat up car. The next day I went into work. It was like that whole thing. She didn't come to work that day and she never came back to work again. The car was completely totaled, gone, done, broke within like a week or two.
I have so many questions. I will not try and unpack this, but Heather Parody, what is you thinking?
I know.
I trusted her, man. She's at the fry station. What the hell does that mean? She'd be hooking people up with them fries. Like, how do I not trust someone on the fries?
If you want to find some people that you can trust in this space who have your back, who are newbies, we're doing our very best to create an incredible community over on Discord, which is linked up in the show notes. We'd love to see you there. See you next time.